that we are seeing from Dylan Cease this afternoon. It has been electric all day.
To see all this excitement around what I love to do growing up, it's crazy.
What's your favorite thing about this whole event so far?
The fusion of sports, entertainment, and cards.
That's awesome.
Because to me, cards have always been entertainment, and they're getting their just dessert now.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play, only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
This weekend, my goodness, has it been a dreary day today in Toronto with temperatures in the 40s. It has pretty much rained nonstop, but you know what? It doesn't matter. The roof is closed, and it'll be a beautiful 70 degrees indoors for the start of this ball game that sees Cleveland come into it with a record of 15-12, alone in first place in the American League's Central Division, as the Guardians now with a one-game lead over Detroit, Minnesota, now 2.5 back. Toronto off to a slow start. The defending American League champions, 10 wins, 15 losses. Fourth place in the East. They are 6.5 games behind front-running New York. As far as the umpires today, Quinn Wolcott will be making the calls behind the plate. Ramon DeJesus at first, Adrian Johnson, the crew chief, at second, and Paul Clemens, who had a tough night last night with all the ABS challenges. Today, he is at third. And if you're curious, they do actually have a list of what the umpires have done when it comes to ABS, and right now, there are 88 umpires ranked in Major League Baseball. Last night's home plate umpire, Paul Clemens, ranked 81st out of 88, as he has had 34% of his calls overturned. And that's not good. That's not good at all. He has had 17 of his calls challenged. He's been right 4 times. He's been wrong 13 times. If you're wondering about today's umpire, Quinn Wolcott, he's one of the best in baseball. 9th best home plate umpire. He has had 20 of his calls challenged. He's been right 13 times. Only 7 times has his call been overturned. So just for what it's worth. Meanwhile, the Blue Jays have taken the field. They're in their blue jerseys today with the white trim and the white pants. Cleveland in the all-gray road uniforms, the navy blue, and the red trim. The dimensions here, 328 down each line. In left center, it's 368. In right center, it's 359. So it's a little cozier than it used to be since they've done the reconfigurations and the renovations. It is 400 to dead center. Boy, we saw the ball last night. It was jumping. AstroTurf playing surface, although the dirt portion of the infield, the pitcher's mound, the home plate area is dirt. But it makes for a very quick surface. On the mound, the veteran right-hander Kevin Gausman. He is a good one. Angel Martinez, coming off that big night last night, leads it off batting left-handed. Gausman's first pitch today, and it's outside ball 1. And we're underway here in Toronto. It's 44 degrees outside and rainy, but the roof is closed. Martinez, a pair of 2-run home runs last night, both left-handed, and he takes on the inside corner a strike. Kevin Gausman, primarily fastballs and split fingers. He'll throw the sinker, he'll throw the slider, but mostly fastballs and splitters, mid-90s with the hard stuff. The next pitch swung on a one-hopper to first. Vlad Guerrero makes the play himself, and Angel Martinez retired on 3 pitches to start today's ball game. For the Blue Jays, Davis Schneider's in left. Dalton Varsho is in center. Miles Straw in right. Vlad Guerrero Jr. at first. Ernie Clement at second. Andres Jimenez at short. Kazuma Okamoto is the third baseman, and Tyler Heineman catching. First pitch, check swing by DeLauder, but he went around. Strike one. Chase DeLauder batting 114 over the last 9 ball games. Now the pitch, and he takes another called strike. 0-2 the count. DeLauder on the year batting .224, 5 homers, 16 RBIs. Hasn't homered since April 3rd. That pitch a little bit outside a split finger, and the count 1-2. Gausman, 35 years of age, 6'2", 190. Comes in a record of 1-1, ERA .254. Now the 1-2. Swung on, line to right field, coming on and making the catch is Straw. Well, the one-time Gold Glover still gets great breaks, and caught that line drive off the bat of DeLauder. 2 down, bases empty, no score in the first. Jose Ramirez had a quiet night last night, 1 for 4. Stephen Kwan was in the original starting lineup, but he was a late scratch with a stiff neck. Jose batting left-handed, the pitch, and it's a fastball strike. Ramirez batting .167 lifetime against Gausman. Gausman faced Cleveland twice last year and threw 14 shutout innings and gave up 3 hits against Cleveland. The pitch, swing and a miss right over the top of the split. In the 14 innings last year against Cleveland, Gausman struck out 15, walked 2, and shut out the Guardians on 3 hits. Now the pitch, swung on a one-hopper to third. Handled by Okamoto. Throws to first just in time. Jose made it close. A quick 1-2-3 inning for Kevin Gausman. That's the norm when he faces Cleveland.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
I don't know that any other second baseman in baseball attempts that play.
No way.
David Fry! He's looking at Kwan saying, maybe I need one of them gold gloves.
Bregman picks it up. Out at first. Nice play by Alex.
You can't run on Ellie. Not that close. Come on.
What a play at the corners for the Cardinals infield.
Diving attempt by Dubon. He's got it up on his feet, cuts it loose. That's in time. Great play.
Church with a great catch up against the fence.
The dive, and he caught it. He laid out and made the play. The second good play by Nathan Church.
Made the catch.
Wow. Oh, what a play. Or yes. Put a star next to that play. Xander gets to it. Spin. A nice play on the back end by Gavin Sheets as well.
Oh, yes, he did. What a great play by Angel Martinez. He did it again. He just bookended his day with another dynamite acrobatic catch.
Made the catch. Troy Johnston with a diving catch ends the ball game.
Wait, shop Wayfair's Way Day now through April 27th to score the best deals in home.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Step back in time and celebrate America's pastime at the Baseball Heritage Museum at League Park, the birthplace of Cleveland baseball. Relive legendary moments and discover the history that shaped the game we love. Visit baseballheritagemuseum.org today.
Left-hander Joey Cantillo. He has faced Toronto one time. He faced one batter in relief a year ago and got that batter out. That's his only appearance against the Jays. And leading off, Miles Straw, the right fielder, takes, and it's high, ball one. Cantillo with a great changeup, but he throws his fastball half the time, along with a curve and slider. The lefty from Hawaii misses up 2-0. Cantillo 6'4", 220, 26 years of age. Miles Straw batting .313. Right-handed batter, the pitch, and he takes a strike. Straw batting .313, a homer, 3 RBIs. Really enjoying his time now in Toronto. Hard to believe he was in AAA a few years ago. Now the 2-1, outside 3-1. Cleveland just, whatever they tried didn't work to get him hitting, but whatever Toronto did worked. And he's really helped them since coming north of the border. Now the 3-1. Swung on, lifted in the air to right, not deep. Cruising toward the line, David Fry. And he makes the catch, and Miles Straw out number 1. Another guy Cleveland let get away. And Ernie Clement has been tremendous. Now 5th in the American League with a .317 batting average. 2nd in the American League in base hits. 2nd in the American League with 11 doubles. Right-handed hitter, primarily a third baseman last year, this year playing second. The pitch, and it's at the knees, a strike. Of course, when Ernie was with the University of Virginia, he played second 1 year, short 1 year, and was the center fielder his freshman year when the Cavaliers won the national championship. He drills this one to left, yanks it down the left field line and into the corner, and he now has 12 doubles. Boy, he loves the pitch that is up. That's the one he got last night for a double, and Cantillo was up with that pitch, and Ernie can get on top of that offering and pull it down the left field line. George Valera in left, Angel Martinez in center, David Fry in right. Rhys Hoskins at first, Juan Brito at second, Ryan Rocchio at short, Jose Ramirez at third, and Bo Naylor catching. Here's Vlad Guerrero Jr. Looks, and he takes a curveball strike. Guerrero batting .323. Couple of homers, 13 RBIs. This is 2 years in a row he's not hitting for as much home run power. He cuts and misses at that great changeup, 0-2. Last year, Guerrero didn't hit for the kind of power you would think, but he is still dangerous. Now the 0-2. Checked on the high fastball, 1-2. Man, what a postseason Guerrero had. In 18 games last October, he batted .397, 8 homers, 15 RBIs. The pitch, wow, must have been low, 2-2. He had an OPS of almost 1,300. Vlad Guerrero Jr., he is still only 27 years of age. Now the 2-2. Big curve hit foul at the plate. We'll do it again. No score. Runner at second. One down in the Blue Jay first. Blue Jays have not been good in the clutch. Cleveland's been a better clutch hitting team. Cleveland with men in scoring position, 5th in the American League with a .266 mark. Toronto with men in scoring position, 12th in the American League at .233. The 2-2. Swung on, drilled up the middle to his left. Stopping it with his half-knee slide is Rocchio, and he gets up and throws out Guerrero. And Ernie Clement has to stay put. There's another example of how hard and how quick this infield is. Rocchio went to his left, kind of went into a half-knee slide. Half dive, made the play. 2 down. Here's Kazuma Okamoto. And a curveball strike to the right-handed hitting third baseman. Okamoto after 11 years in Japan, his first in the major leagues. He'll turn 30 at the end of June. The pitch, and it's on the outer edge, called strike on a changeup. 0-2. Cantillo in 5 starts, 1 win, no losses, 3.20 ERA, 5 innings to start, 11 strikeouts, 4 walks per 9. The pitch, fastball just missed wide. 1-2. Kazuma Okamoto is 6'1", 220. He doesn't look that big. Now the 1-2. And he swings and misses. Got him with a hanging changeup and got away with it. Cantillo with a strikeout to end the first. No score north of the border on the Cleveland Clinic Radio Network.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Very shallow right field. Can anybody get there? Guerrero does! What a great over-the-shoulder catch by Guerrero down the line.
Drives the ball the other way towards the corner. In his first big league at-bat, he's hit it out. Felix Reyes, welcome to your dream.
Line drive to left. In comes Soderstrom. Headlong dive, and he makes the catch.
Just a great read off the bat from Tyler Soderstrom.
To the edge of the track, at the wall, he wraps it. First pitch, what a start. Brandon Marsh takes a homer from Acuna.
At the wall, here comes Merrill leaping. Jensen Merrill did it again. Merrill madness in Anaheim.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Well, Cleveland will have cleanup hitter and first baseman Rhys Hoskins lead off this scoreless second. Gausman the set in the pitch, and it's swung on, grounded sharply to third. Diving stop, Okamoto. From his knees, a one-hop throw to first to get Hoskins. Nice play. Okamoto went to his left with that diving stop and then threw from his knees. Got enough on the throw to get Hoskins. One down. That'll bring up George Valera. Had a big 2-run double last night. Left-handed hitter in left field. David Fry on deck. Pitch to him is in there, a strike. Valera's not hitting for an average, 233, but he has 7 hits, and those 7 hits have knocked in 6 runs. And he has 3 doubles. Now the right-hander's pitch, and it's cued foul, third base side. Manager Stephen Vogt got a few right-handed bats in the lineup today because Gausman with that split finger, so tough on the left-handed hitters because it goes down and away from the lefty, but down and into the right-handed hitter, and that sometimes can be a real danger zone. Now the 0-2 to Valera, and it's high, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And he so seldom throws a breaking ball that he can pretty much go up there as a hitter and look fastball and look split. The pitch, and it's a touch low, missed with the split, 2-2. Kevin Gausman this year has thrown his fastball 51% of the time. The split, 43%. The pitch. That's strike 3 called, and Valera's challenging the call. And Cleveland's been brutal when it comes to hitters challenging calls. Let's see. Now nothing's changed. Valera, again, too many times the young hitters are just reacting emotionally to a called third strike, and they immediately tap the helmet, and they're not very often even close to being right. Now Cleveland down to 1 challenge the rest of the way. Here's David Fry, 2 down. Nobody on, no score, 2nd inning. Righty-righty matchup. Fry taking a strike. Jason Harper of Aurora, today's Conrad score for win for Bridgestone Tires, courtesy of Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care. Visit econrads.com to enter. Fry, a swing and a miss. Good split. 0-2. So good luck to Jason Harper from Aurora. So with 94% of Gausman's pitches being a fastball or split, tells you how seldom he throws the slider. That pitch down and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. Scoreless here north of the border. Roof is closed. Fry batting .241, no RBIs yet. The pitch. And he breaks his bat, floats one into right. Miles Straw camped under it. And Cleveland 6 up, 6 down. Scoreless in the middle of inning number 2. Right here on the Cleveland Clinic Radio Network.
With these designs, I wanted to bring out the Old English letter font, but add a twist to it. This is one I've developed over the years and used on a lot of tattoos. You could tell a sign painter or a lettering person by their numbers. That reveals a lot about them. It's an honor to design for the Dodgers. It's almost gone beyond sports, even into fashion. People wear LA caps all over the world.
What a play at short and a tremendous effort to get Wood.
Julio reaches up, jumps backwards, and makes the catch. Diving play by Shaw.
He bare hands and spin throw, and Rogers holds the line at the plate.
Ground ball and a diving stop, walls up and over to first. He got it. Going out Brito, and Brito makes the play.
Line and caught on the backhand. David throws. Long throw, and he robbed him. Pat over near the stands. Did he make the catch? You bet.
Oh my goodness, he caught it. What a catch.
Nico on the dive, gets up and throws him out.
At the wall, he makes the catch for the out. Isbell slips. Oh, he made the catch anyway.
Oh, Nico. He stole a hit from Kyle Schwarber.
Oh my goodness gracious, he put that away.
And Conforto comes down with it. Neto reaches it, off balance to second. He got him. What a play.
Longtime Chicago White Sox Eloy Jimenez salutes the Cleveland first base dugout. Interesting. 2nd inning, home half, no score. He's DHing today, right-handed slugger. Joey Cantillo's pitch, high and wide. Jimenez last year got traded to Baltimore after 7 years on the south side and played 2 months with the Orioles and then came here to Toronto. He looks at a strike to even the count. Hey, Marathon knows you fans are the true co-pilot of any team. Marathon, here to keep you and your team fueled all summer long. Marathon, driven together. Now the 1-1. Swung on a topper by the mound. Charged at second. Brito gloves, throws, got him. Now there's another second baseman in attendance today that has a very promising future. Travis Bazzana is here watching this game. That's because Buffalo and Columbus already postponed their game. They're playing a doubleheader tomorrow, and so not even 2 hours away. So a bunch of the Clippers came up to today's game. Here's Dalton Varsho. Curveball strike. Asked Voter if they would just keep Bazzana here and not let him go back to Buffalo, and I got that look. Left on left, the pitch to Varsho. Curveball, and he bangs it to first. In on the carpet with the backhanded play is Hoskins. He'll go to the bag himself. Varsho out number 2.
It seemed like a simple, fair question.
I thought it was. But every once in a while, you get a certain look that basically says, shut up.
How many times do you think he has Chris Antonetti and Mike Chernow have been asked, when's Bazzana coming? I mean, it's got to be a record, I would think.
And you got to think he's coming soon.
Yes.
2 down, nobody on. Second inning, no score for Davis Schneider. He's in the outfield today taking a strike. They had to put Nathan Lucas on the injured list with a hamstring injury. So the Blue Jays, this is third straight team Cleveland has played the pitch, and it's outside. 3 straight teams Cleveland's played that the team Cleveland's playing has at minimum 12 on the injured list. And you think of Shane Bieber, Trey Savage not being in the rotation for the Toronto Blue Jays. Here's the 1-1 down low, although Trey Savage is coming back next week the way it sounds. But they also are without Jose Barrios in their rotation, but it sounds like his return is imminent. The pitch, and it's high, 3-1. But they're missing the likes of Anthony Santander, who's out until at least September, recovering from shoulder surgery. George Springer will be back relatively soon. The pitch, up high, and he walked. The guy they really miss is catcher Alejandro Kirk. He's built like a fire hydrant, and he hits like an all-star.
Yeah, and during the postseason, that was, if you were the opposition, that was the last guy you wanted to see come up. I know Vladdy had the great numbers, but Kirk was dangerous.
Here's Andres Jimenez. Cantillo with a 2-out walk of Davis Schneider. 2 down, runner on, no score, second inning. Left on left, Jimenez takes a strike. Banged out 3 hits last night. He's now batting .289, 3 homers, and a team high 14 RBIs. Cantillo checks first. The pitch, swung on, grounded to second. Sliding in the outfield as Brito made a nice play in the second baseman. Then from his knees threw out Jimenez. Nicely done by Juan Brito going to his left. That's a heck of a play on this card. Swung on, bang toward third. Fielded, dropped by Zimmerman. Now he can't come up with it. It's in his jersey. It went in his jersey. He kept looking for the ball, and it stuck underneath one of the buttons into his jersey.
How did it do that?
Have you ever seen that?
No.
And what's the ruling? A base hit.
Driven deep to left field. Going back Ramos. Track. Wall. See ya. A home run for Giancarlo Stanton. And the Yankees lead at 3-0.
Got a lot of giddy up on it. Hey now.
Bludgeoned.
He knew it.
It's just ridiculous upper body strength. Be able to muscle that ball.
Halfway up in the bleachers in left field. Stanton was 414.
108 miles an hour up the bat.
Big G, ringing the bell. His first homer of the season. His second RBI in as many games.
They say it's a game of numbers. Pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Mi trabajo es sencillo, cachar ese ritmo que solo nuestra gente tira y regarlo por toda la temporada. Flow mayor is where all those rhythms meet. Porque el flow no es de un solo jugador, es de un corillo entero que prende estadio. De San Diego a Santo Domingo y cada parada en el camino. Cuando estamos activos, la liga sube de nivel. Esto es Flow Mayor.
Juan Brito leads off the Cleveland third, no score, and he takes a strike. You know, when you've got rust to bust, use PB Blaster. It's a Cleveland original since 1957. PB Blaster, always working like a pro. Brito batting left-handed, switch hitter at second. Gosman's pitch waved at, 0-2. Brito has 2 hits in his last 32 at-bats, and he has really seemed almost super anxious at the plate. The pitch, and it's low, 1-2. Normally, he's a guy that walks as much as he strikes out, but now 8 strikeouts since coming up 1 walk. Game may be speeding up on him a little bit. The 1-2, and he sends one back and out of play. Hey, Timothy Grabanowski of Cleveland is our Hyundai Grand Slam contestant. Grand Slam this inning, and Timothy Grabanowski of Cleveland gets the Hyundai Kona from your Northern Ohio Hyundai dealers. The pitch, down low, didn't go after that split, 2-2. Visit HyundaiGrandSlam.com, your chance to enter. Gosman from the set. Here it comes. Outside, full count. Kevin Gosman, like so many, played collegiately in Baton Rouge. An LSU Tiger. First round pick by Baltimore 14 years ago. Payoff is swung on, hit in the gap toward left center. It's a long run for everybody. Nobody gets there. Takes a bounce off the carpet, goes up against the wall, and Juan Brito, down in the count, got it to full, and now has a double up the alley in left center. Well, he's made a couple of nice plays defensively. Now that double, maybe that'll help Juan Brito relax. Here's catcher Bo Naylor. Bo has really struggled against right-handed pitching, batting 102. The pitch, and he banks one towards short. Brito breaks for third. Jimenez throws and gets Naylor at first. Ball wasn't hit very hard, and that's why Brito could get to third. So a good read by Brito on the bases. Normally a ball hit to the shortstop, if you're at second and you go, you're going to be thrown out at third, but it wasn't hit sharply, and that enabled Brito to break and get there. And now the infield in. 1 down, runner at third, no score in the third. Here's Brian Rocchio. The pitch, and he taps it foul, strike 1. Rocchio hitting .474 with men in scoring position. Blue Jays all up on the carpet for Rocchio, batting left-handed. Gosman's pitch, down low, didn't go. Another split, 1-1. Ryan Rocchio, over the last 10 games, hitting at a .429 clip. No score yet. Runner at third, infield in, 1 out, third inning. The next delivery hit weakly to short. Jimenez gloves, bobbles. Scoring is Brito. Recovers in time to throw to first and get Rocchio. Jimenez was in such a hurry with Brito going on contact that he had a play at the plate, but he bobbled the ball when he was looking to transfer from his glove to throwing hand, and that bobble enabled Brito to score. Jimenez didn't panic, still got the out at first, but give Rocchio his 16th RBI. 1-0 Cleveland. Top of the order, and Angel Martinez slashes one foul down the third base side. So good situational hitting by Cleveland with a little help from Jimenez. Leadoff double, ground out got him over, ground out got him in. 2 down. The pitch. And it's fouled back, and it's 0-2. So Cleveland did not score a run off Gosman last year in 2 starts covering 14 innings. They finally get on the board here today against Gosman. Martinez grounded out his first time. The set, the 0-2. Up and in, 1-2. Angel Martinez really worked hard on the left side. The switch hitter has always been way, way better batting right-handed. But now he is a force left-hander. The 1-2. Down low, 2-2. This year, Angel Martinez is batting .313 left-handed, and 4 of his 5 home runs left-handed. All that work's paid off. The pitch, and he lines another base hit left-handed, this one to dead center. And the Guardians get a 2-out single from Martinez. Looked like he went down to get a splitter. And here's Chase DeLauder lined out to right his first time up. 2 down, runner on, Cleveland up 1-0. Cleveland had 3 hits all of last year in 2 starts off Gausman. They have 2 hits in the 3rd inning alone. And DeLauder trying to continue the 2-out magic. The pitch to the rookie right fielder. And it's low and away, ball 1. Another sellout crowd here today, over 40,000 packed indoors with the roof closed at what used to be known as Sky Dome. Runner goes, pitch is low, throw to second, wide and late. Head first slide gets Martinez in. He has 5 steals. He's only been caught once. That was stolen off Gausman. He got a good jump. And the Guardians, as a team, now 20 stolen bases. 6 times they've been caught. They have the 4th most steals in the American League. And now a base hit could make it 2-0 Cleveland. DeLauder with a 2-0 count. The right-hander's pitch. And he took a strike on the outer edge, a splitter, 2-1. Boy, he'll throw that splitter at any point in the count. DeLauder played straight up, medium deep in the Blue Jay outfield. Gausman staring out at second, fires, and he caught the inside corner fastball strike. DeLauder challenges it. And the challenge is accepted. DeLauder was right, and a rare miss by home plate umpire Quinn Wolcott. So that changes the count to 3 balls and a strike. And now DeLauder in a hitter's count with Ramirez on deck. 1-0 Cleveland. Runner at second, 2 down. The pitch. And it's in there, a strike. He threw him a fastball. Got to believe DeLauder was looking split. That's the thing about Gausman. You look split, he'll throw the 95-mile-an-hour fastball right by you. Now the payoff. Swung on a weak tapper to second. Clement charges, gloves with a backhand. On the run, throws across the body to get DeLauder. 1-0 Cleveland. It's the middle of the 3rd. It's the Cleveland Clinic Radio Network.
Get 5 points.
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Flow mayor is where all those rhythms meet. Porque el flow no es de un solo jugador, es de un corillo entero que prende estadio. De San Diego a Santo Domingo y cada parada en el camino. Cuando estamos activos, la liga sube de nivel. Esto es Flow Mayor.
Oh my! Murakami! He knew he got it too. He sat there at home plate.
3 straight games with a home run now for Murakami.
She is out of here! Jose's 2nd home run of the afternoon. They haven't even hardly pitched to him at all. And when they finally do, he makes them pay. Racing it out. Hell! Oh, yes, he did! He did it again! Holy mackerel!
Made the catch! Troy Johnston with a diving catch ends the ball game. And the Rockies beat the Dodgers.
That one is driven deep to right field. See ya! Another home run for Ben Rice.
4 consecutive games with a home run.
Create new ways to keep moving forward.
Because managing a condition is a win worth celebrating. For every care in the world, Cleveland Clinic.
It's 1-0 Cleveland, bottom of the third inning. Joey Cantillo facing the switch-hitting catcher, Tyler Heineman, getting to catch a lot with the injury, the broken thumb suffered by Alejandro Kirk. He'll bat right-handed. He'll take a ball up high. Hey, whenever the Guardians do win, your Northeast Ohio Ford dealers donate $500 to Cleveland Guardians charities helping youth sports in Cleveland. Cantillo's ready. Here it comes. And a knee-high strike. Heineman didn't think so. He'll stroll out of the box. 1-0 Cleveland. Bottom of the third from a packed house at the Rogers Center. Building opened in 1989. The set and the 1-1. High. Ball 2-2-1. Ballpark opened in June of 1989. First game here was the Milwaukee Brewers. Robin Yount and Paul Molitor facing the Blue Jays. The 2-1. And it's a touch high. Ball 3-1.
There's a lot of these kind of ballparks now. But, Tom, when you first came here, this was one of the only ones.
Yeah. I mean, Cleveland's challenging. And Cleveland's won again. They're red hot on challenges. It seemed like kind of a delayed challenge.
Yeah.
But they got it. Got it in on time. And so the count goes to 2-2 now. Here is the next delivery. Big curve swung on, banged up the middle. To his left, Rocchio glove spins, throws high, leaping grab by Hoskins. Head first slide into first, and Heineman's got an infield hit. Good effort by Rocchio. Yeah, when this opened in 1989, my first year was 90. So it was only a few months old. And you just couldn't believe how incredible it was. Of course, about the only thing comparable at that time was the Astrodome, but that was old, it was dirty, and the Astrodome had rats that were the size of a Shetland pony. They tried to get some ferret cats in there, and the cat said, "Are you kidding me? Look at those things.
We're out.
Catch them yourself." Miles Straw takes down low, ball 1. But they have done a lot here as far as renovations now, and beautiful ballpark. Now the 1-0. Curveball strike. The thing, too, now is the Blue Jay fans are much more vocal. Back in the 90s, they were a really good team, obviously, back-to-back World Series titles. Now the 1-1, low 2-1, but the fans were so polite. It wasn't a raucous crowd. It gets riled up in here now. The fans are really into it. Back then, a foul ball would go in the seats. Nobody would scramble. They would say, "You know what, that's yours. You go get that one." The pitch swung on a chopper in the hole. Glove by Rocchio to second, 1. Relay by Brito, not in time. Straw runs well, and it wasn't hit that hard. So Rocchio gets the lead runner Heineman at second. Straw on with the fielder's choice. 1 down. 1-0 Cleveland. Here's Ernie Clement. And it's not that the fans aren't polite anymore. They still are. It's just that they're much more vocal, just much more into the game. Ernie Clement doubled down the left field line his first time up. He takes a low fastball for ball 1. Now you think this building has seen 3 different World Series. Last year it's the first time the Blue Jays didn't win the World Series when they were in it. The pitch, low, 2-0. They won back-to-back World Series, both in 6 games, over Atlanta in 92 and over Philly in 93 with the incredible walk-off home run by the great Joe Carter. Now the 2-0 pitch. Runner goes. Pitch is taking a strike. No throw. What a jump. Miles Straw has his first steal here in 2026. So the tying run at second. 1 down. 1-0 Cleveland. Of course, the Blue Jays lost Game 7 last year to the Dodgers. Now the 2-1 swung on, bloop foul off to the right. Dodgers down to their last out in the 9th inning. The incredible home run by Rojas and then the extra inning win. It was some World Series.
Yeah, visiting with John Schneider yesterday, he said it's amazing how once they lost the lead, how quickly everything happened. All of a sudden it was over.
Now the 2-2. Got him swinging on a changeup away. Clement strikes out. Well, we've been there, done that.
Yeah.
2 down. Here's Vlad Guerrero Jr. Grounded out his first time up on a nice play at short by Rocchio. 2 down, tying run still at second. 3rd inning, 1-0 Cleveland. They put $400 million into the renovation project here. The pitch. Swung on, hit pretty well to dead center. Back is Martinez. He's got room. He'll make the catch. And Joey Cantillo has pitched shutout ball through 3. 1-0 Cleveland. Cleveland Clinic Radio Network.
Here's Schwarber. Schwarber grounded out his first time up. That ball's crushed deep to right field. Hernandez doesn't even move. It is long gone. It's off the roof of the pavilion in right field. Kyle Schwarber, his first postseason home run of the year. It's his 22nd of his career. And with a lightning strike, the Phillies tie it up at 1.
Well, I would say Kyle's second time through, I like the approach.
Wow. Well, the first home run for the Phils this postseason.
And there's a shot into left field. Stanton on his way around to score. The Yankees are on the board. First, it's 1-0 New York. Bouncer headed up the middle, and that's going to get through and driving a couple of runs. Cranked up and sent into the right center field gap. McMahon's going to score easily. They're going to wave Wells around. Plays to third. 5-0 New York. Another one headed for no man's land, but Harrison Bader read it well. Former Gold Glover comes up to make a very nice catch for the guy they call Big G, who has driven in a run with the 3rd straight hit to open the 5th inning. Chopper for Jazz, hot shot, and he makes the catch. That got on there on a line, and he's telling Jose Caballero, did you see that?
I could watch Jazz Chisholm play. I mean, he plays with such joy. Only David Cohn, Ron Guidry, and Mel Stottlemyre had opening day starts of 6+ innings with 2 or fewer hits and no runs allowed.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Guardians up 1-0 as we hit the 4th inning here in Toronto, and Jose Ramirez will lead things off facing Kevin Gausman, the Blue Jays right-hander. Here's the pitch to Jose, and he swings and launches it high and deep down the right field line, but that one hooks foul and out of play. Hit well by Ramirez, but a long strike. He bounced to third his first time up. Guardians scratched for the game's only run last inning on an RBI groundout from Brian Rocchio. The pitch to Ramirez on the outside corner for a strike. Indoors today, outside, I don't think we'd be playing. It has been pouring most of the day and about 40 degrees. Here's the 0-2. Swung on, looped foul and out of play, third base side. So we'll do it again on 0-2 to Ramirez. Drew walk number 685 last night to move into 8th place on the franchise list for walks. Here's the 0-2. Swung on, and he lifts this one high and deep down the right field line near the corner. Does it have enough? No. Foul ball. Foul ball down that right side. Boy, that really carried, and Miles Straw went over there to take a look, but it ended up in the seats foul. So the count remains 0-2 on Ramirez. Hey, don't forget you can score big on authentic gear at MLBshop.com. They have jerseys, hats, hoodies, and more. Visit MLBshop.com/Guardians. 1-0 Cleveland, 4th inning. Gausman fires away, and Ramirez looks at a ball outside and high. Another splitter from Gausman. Splitters and fastballs most of the time. Throws both very well, so he stays with it. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, fouled straight back and out of play. And we will do it again on 1-2. So many of these Blue Jays had strong postseasons, including Gausman. He was the starting pitcher in Game 6 of the World Series. And he got off to a great start that night. The 1-2 swung on, and that's drilled left center field. Ticketed for the gap. It gets down for a base hit and more. It bounces up against the wall. Ramirez is on his way to second. He's in with a stand-up double. And the Guardians have something brewing here in the 4th. Leadoff double for Ramirez, his 6th on the season. Last inning, Juan Brito led off the inning with a double, and they got him in. So we'll see how it goes this time around in the 4th with the Guardians up 1-0. Rhys Hoskins will step in. Bounce to third first time up. Nice diving stop. And throw was made by Okamoto, the third baseman. The pitch to Hoskins. And it's inside for ball 1. We're getting back to that Game 6 start in the World Series last year. Gausman struck out 8 batters in the first 3 innings. Here's the 1-0 pitch. On the outside corner for a strike to even the count. Only one other pitcher in Major League history has done that in a World Series game, and that was Corey Kluber. He did it back in 2016 in the World Series opener against the Cubs. The 1-1. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Gausman, the veteran right-hander, takes a look back at Ramirez at second, and now Hoskins steps away. He asked for time. It was granted. Hoskins, the veteran right-handed hitter, Guardians signed him after spring training had begun. And they're hoping it pans out where he's that good, strong right-handed bat. Here comes the 1-2 from Gausman. Bounced in there. Good stop by Heineman, the catcher. Now it's 2-2 on Hoskins. Another day game tomorrow. A 1:37 first pitch. And we'll get another look at Slade Ciccone for the Guardians. And Patrick Corbin has been slated to start now for the Blue Jays. That's a late switch. The 2-2 swung on, ground ball near the middle. Picked up by Clement, the second baseman, who throws to first in time for the out. Hoskins retired as Ramirez advances to third. So the Guardians they're moving the base runners. They've had productive outs, and we'll see if they can get that run in from third with less than 2 down as George Valera steps in. And again, Valera not in the original lineup today. But with Stephen Kwan a late scratch due to a neck issue, he's in there. The pitch to him. Outside, ball 1. And Valera has done great work with men in scoring position, 5 for 9. And has an opportunity here with Ramirez at third, the infield in. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on, popped him up on the infield. The first baseman Guerrero's under it, and he makes the catch. So no chance to get Ramirez home on that infield pop-up. Now we'll see if the Guardians can get it done with 2 down and David Fry at the plate. And they've had good success with scoring runs with 2 outs. We'll need some of that magic right here in the 4th inning. Leading 1-0. Fry fly to right his first time up. Playing right field today. The pitch to him. Swing and a miss. Chase that splitter. And it was out front. 0-1 the count on Fry. Time for today's Cleveland Clinic shout out. Big thanks to the caregivers at Fairview Hospital. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and Fry swings and fouls it back into the net. 0-2 the count. That's Fairview Hospital. They do great things daily to care for patients and families. Ramirez down at third after the leadoff double. 2 down. Gausman's ready. Here's his pitch. Swing and a miss. Fry strikes out on the heat. Side retired. Runner left stranded at third. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Guardians 1, the Blue Jays nothing.
Very shallow right field. Can anybody get there? Guerrero does! What a great over-the-shoulder catch by Guerrero down the line.
Drives the ball the other way towards the corner. In his first big league at bat, he's hit it out. Felix Reyes, welcome to your dream.
Line drive to left. In comes Soderstrom. Headlong dive, and he makes the catch.
Just a great read off the bat from Tyler Soderstrom.
To the edge of the track, at the wall, he wraps it. First pitch, what a start. Brandon Marsh takes a homer from Acuna.
At the wall, here comes Merrill leaping. Jackson Merrill did it again. Merrill madness in Anaheim.
Here we are, Arlington, Texas. This is the Graham Slam Burger. So 2 patties, brisket, caramelized onion, American cheese, ranch aioli, or ranch mayo, if you will.
Oh yeah, we're in Texas.
Yeah.
It's something that you definitely want to take a picture of and just put on the gram. I took a bite of it, but it still looks dope.
It's a burger that looks great, but also delicious.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Joey Cantillo back to work for the Guardians, bottom of the 4th with a 1-run lead. Kazuma Okamoto steps in, and he takes a pitch high and outside for ball 1. Okamoto struck out his first time up. Cantillo's allowed 2 hits. He has struck out 2 and walked 1. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Quickly 1-1 on Okamoto. Eloy Jimenez next, then Dalton Varsho for the Blue Jays. Here's Cantillo's 1-1. Swung on, and that's blasted high and deep to center. This is trouble. Back is Martinez. Gone. Tie game. Second home run in the series for Okamoto. His 5th on the season. And the second time he's done it to dead center. 1-1 your score here in the 4th. Well, 6 years in a row in Japan, 30 or more home runs from Okamoto. And he just drilled a fastball over the wall in center. So brand new ball game as Eloy Jimenez steps in. Here's the pitch. And it's outside and high for ball 1. Jimenez bounced to second his first time up. A 1-0 pitch. Outside and high. 2-0. Let's see if Cantillo can rein it in quickly here. The minimal damage solo home run tying this game. The 2-0 pitch. Swung on, foul back. 2-1 the count on Jimenez. Well, when he first came up with the White Sox, you thought with him, Jose Abreu, Luis Robert, they were set for a while. The 2-1 swung on, ground ball, third base, dug out by Ramirez, throws across in time for the out. One down, let's pause. 10 seconds, station ID, Cleveland Clinic Radio Network. Jim Rosenhaus along with Tom Hamilton back with you at the Rogers Center in Toronto. Paul Gatt, our on-site engineer. Brian Motze back in Cleveland. And swinging and fouling one off is Dalton Varsho. Pounds it foul over to the Guardians dugout on the first base side. We have a 1-1 ball game here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. Guardians won the series opener last night 8-6. The early barrage by Guardians hitters. They scored 5 times in the first inning and were on their way. They needed the runs, the extra ones they scored. Here's the 0-1. Varsho swings and misses at the breaking ball. Good curve that time from Cantillo. 0-2 quickly on Varsho. Well, you know he's a good center fielder when Miles Straw is playing right. And Straw's a Gold Glove winner. But Varsho plays center extremely well as the 0-2 is swung on and foul back. We'll do it again on 0-2 to Dalton Varsho, a former catcher with the Diamondbacks, and then moved out to play the outfield and has become one of the really good center fielders in baseball. Here's the 0-2 from Cantillo. Change up, pulled foul over to the Guardians dugout again. It's just that changeup takes a year and a day to get to home plate, and it really has the hitters out front. Varsho fortunate to make contact. Here's the 0-2. Swung on, chopped foul. This one trickles back behind the plate. And Varsho staying alive with 2 strikes. Enbridge Gas Ohio would like to remind you, whether you're an individual or contractor, state law requires that you call 811 before you dig to have underground utilities marked. Now the 0-2. Curveball fouled off again by Varsho. He's doing some nice work here. That's 5 pitches fouled off and a swinging strike. So the count's 0-2. As Cantillo continues to challenge him. Here it comes. Swung on, pulled to first, foul. Again. It remains 0-2 on Varsho. Packed house here at the Rogers Center. Been a fun weekend so far. Great to have the Cavaliers in town for the NBA playoffs. Their game 4, excuse me, is tomorrow afternoon as well. Just up the street. Here's the 0-2. Swung on, fouled off at home plate. Count remains 0-2. Maybe a less than a mile, about a half-mile walk over to the arena for the basketball game. That's the home of the Maple Leafs as well. Here's the 0-2. Swung on, looped foul again, out of play. This time into the seats over on the third base side. Quite an at-bat for Dalton Varsho. Here's Cantillo's pitch. Swung on, and that's popped up third base. Cruising after it, making the catch of really just a humpback liner was Jose Ramirez. Varsho finally retired on the 10th pitch of the at-bat. So 2 down. Davis Schneider will step in. Little Ouchie's fidgets and sensory tools are made to support self-regulation, designed and manufactured in downtown Cleveland. Little Ouchie's squeeze, roll, relief. The pitch to Schneider on the outside corner for a strike. Schneider walked his first time up. Only walked so far by Cantillo. coming off a no decision. His last time out was sailing along against Baltimore last Sunday, but then struggled in the 5th inning. There's a swing and a liner to third. One hops grab by Ramirez, who fires to first in time for the out. Posey snaring that hot smash, and he got the job done on the way to first. Side retire.
Murakami to pull. 1-2 from Sandy. That one cut on and missed, and Murakami swings over the top of it. Another punch out for Munetaka Murakami.
Well, I'm going to say that was a changeup.
Yeah.
But either way, it was a nasty pitch down and away from Murakami.
Got him! Changeup! 2 away.
Boy, this has been Picasso, Rembrandt, everything put together with the way he's worked on the mound, with the stuff he's had, the location.
What is something that you snack on that you don't worry about?
I love Uncrustables. I could eat like 10 of them in one sitting.
And no regard for his body? I don't even wait till I thaw out.
Hey, put them in a toaster next time. And toast it, yep. It'll change your life.
Yeah, just an incredible play by Riley Green.
You are an all-star on the field and off, bro.
I appreciate it.
Hey,
thank you.
Riley Green, bro, food genius.
They say it's a game of numbers. Pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Mi trabajo es sencillo, cachar ese ritmo que solo nuestra gente tira y regarlo por toda la temporada. Flow mayor is where all those rhythms meet. Porque el flow no es de un solo jugador, es de un corillo entero que prende estadio. De San Diego a Santo Domingo y cada parada en el camino. Cuando estamos activos, la liga sube de nivel. Esto es Flow Mayor.
Fifth inning, 1-1 ball game. Kevin Gausman back to work for Toronto, and his pitch to Juan Brito's on the inside corner for a strike. Brito doubled his first time up, leading off the third. Later scored the lone Guardians run. Switch hitter left side. The 0-1 from Gausman. Fastball strike, and quickly it's 0-2. It took a little bit for Gausman to really find success consistently in the major leagues, but he's been a top quality pitcher for a while now. The 0-2 swung on, ground ball, first base, backhand pickup. Guerrero flips to Gausman covering, and he's there in time for the out. Gausman was the 4th player taken back in 2012. 2012, he's still going. Carlos Correa was first. He's still going, and Byron Buxton's still going. He was taken second. The only one of the first 4 not still playing was Mike Zunino, who had a fairly lengthy career too. Bo Naylor, the batter, bounced to short first time up. Here's the pitch to Bo. And it's outside, ball 1. A lot of folks last night here, but Naylor was saying today's the rough one. A lot of people are here. Family and friends from Mississauga are here today on a Saturday day game. Here's the 1-0. Down low, 2-0. I said, how many's a lot? He goes, can we just leave it at that it's a lot in terms of tickets? Well, fair enough. Trying to keep everybody happy. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. And it's outside, ball 3. 1-1 the score. Top half of the 5th inning. The pitch. Swung on, skied to left. Way up there, but not all that deep, and Schneider's under it to make the catch. Naylor retired for the 2nd out in the inning. Get you a quick injury report here, presented by Elk & Elk. If an auto accident or medical malpractice caused you injury, call 1-800-ELK-OHIO. not on the injured list, but unable to go today was Stephen Kwan with a neck injury. He was a late scratch from the original starting lineup. Gabriel Arias, hamstring, he's on the injured list. Here's the pitch to Brian Rocchio, outside and high for a ball. And the list kept growing today for the Blue Jays. Nathan Lucas placed on there with a hamstring issue. As they continue to battle serious injuries, the 1-0 swung on. There's a tapper to short, corralled by, botched by Jimenez, as he could not make a play on it. It hit his glove and popped free, but it was hit slowly. That would have been a really tough play, and Rocchio gets credit for a base hit. That's a couple of plays today that Jimenez has struggled with a little bit. Boy, we're so used to seeing him over at second base playing not only Gold Glove caliber defense, but Platinum Glove caliber defense. Angel Martinez, the batter, the pitch to him. He swings and fouls it back. Martinez with that big day yesterday with a 2-homer game. Here comes the 0-1 from Gausman. Down low. 1-1 the count. Martinez with a single the last time up, a stolen base. Up there now with a runner at first base. That's Rocchio with 2 down in a 1-1 game. Gausman goes that way. Good throw. Oh, somehow Rocchio got back. Boy, it sure looked like he was late diving in. Maybe the tag was late by Guerrero, but the throw was a beauty, and Gausman had Rocchio frozen. And we'll see if the Blue Jays want to take a look at this, and they do. So Adrian Johnson, the crew chief, comes in, and he'll let New York decide this one on a very close play at first base. Interesting note from last night. That 5-run first inning was the first time that Cleveland had scored 5 or more runs in the first inning here since a game back in 1996 when Cleveland won 17-3. And in that game, Angel Martinez's dad, Sandy, was playing for the Blue Jays. He hit a home run in a losing cause. But it was all Cleveland that day. Sandy Alomar hit a home run that inning to cap a 6-run rally. And Cleveland was on its way to the easy win. Well, we get a second look at this from at least the angles we're getting. It sure looks like this inning's going to be over. Here we go.
After review, the call for the field is overturned. The runner is out.
And indeed, out is called on Rocchio. Picked off first base. Side retired. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Still tied at 1.
Hi, Max the Bald Eagle from Marathon here.
How does one of baseball's most celebrated plays connect to one of baseball's most notorious curses? Through a cross-country move, an earthquake, and the Men of Steel? Find out on Hall of Fame Connections.
It was a defensive play so iconic that we simply call it the catch.
This is the glove Willie Mays had when he made that catch. This is great.
But let me touch it for a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oakland pitcher Dave Stewart was named the World Series MVP.
It really comes from like the kings of Siam would give their courtiers white elephants, which were sacred animals, and they'd be too expensive again to maintain, would put them into financial ruin.
They need to know this story. That's amazing.
Nobody could steal a base like Ricky.
I'm the greatest of all time. Thank you.
So imagine making steals in these stuff.
So these are Ty Cobb's
And these
cleats.
are Ty Cobb's.
So what I want to know is, were they ever swabbed for the DNA of opposing pitchers?
Roberts is no stranger to stolen bases himself.
That's what makes it special, is that everybody knew he was going to steal.
Roberts is going. Safe.
You know what they say? One great play deserves another.
Catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv and discover your own connections to the game at baseballhall.org.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Score remains tied at 1 as we head to the bottom of the 5th, and Andres Jimenez leads it off for the Blue Jays. Left-hander Joey Cantillo back to work for Cleveland. Starts him off with a curve that drops in there for strike 1. Jimenez bounced to second his first time up. Off to a much better start this year than a season ago at the plate. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Last year, first year after being traded from Cleveland, he started slow, had some injury issues. End of the year playing just 101 games, hit .215, and really got it cranking. But off to a much better start this year. Here's the 0-2. Swung on, fouled off at home plate. So we'll do it again at 0-2. Now the pitch. Fastball just missed outside. Cantillo looking in. I wonder if he wanted Bo Naylor to go ahead and challenge that, but it did look a little low and outside, so no challenge. Instead, a 1-2 pitch coming to Jimenez. Here it is. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with the changeup. Another strikeout for Cantillo. That's his 3rd. And don't forget, the Dollar Bank Foundation is partnering with the Boys and Girls Clubs of Northeast Ohio through their K's for Kids program. Dollar Bank will make a donation with every strikeout recorded by Guardians pitching this season. Here's Tyler Heineman. The catcher, the pitch to him. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Heineman reached on an infield single his first time up. Cantillo has allowed just the 1 run on 3 hits. Here's the 0-1. One attempt, foul off to the third base side. And this has kind of been the norm this season. The outlier was his last start when he struggled to get out of the 5th inning. But Tommy, obviously you talked to him a lot during spring training and after the season's begun. He was just so confident now, and it seems like that has grown a ton since last year. Just the maturity and confidence that he has and belief that he can be really, really good. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Helps to have a good changeup too. So 2 strikeouts this inning. 4 in the game for Cantillo.
Well, when he went back to Columbus last year to lengthen him out, you were like, wonder when we'll see him or how long he'll be in Columbus. And boy, when he came back, he's a big reason why this rotation went on such a run.
Miles Straw, the batter, takes a strike.
I mean, you look right now, the only guy that's scuffling is Slade Ciccone. This is how you start, maybe not winning 12 in a row, but 8 out of 10, 10 out of 14, and start separating.
The 0-1, outside and low. Well, it'll keep you out of losing streaks, that's for sure. And they are rolling out some really good starting pitching. Cantillo, a big part of that. And you feel like Ciccone will get there. He's the 1-1. Breaking ball, low and in, 2-1. He'll be out there tomorrow for the Guardians against Patrick Corbin now for the Blue Jays. Now the 2-1. Off speed, down low, ball 3. Straw reached on a fielder's choice his last time up. He's 0 for 2 in the game. 1-1 the score. Both starting pitchers solid. The 3-1. Swung on, popped him up, high in the air to left down the line. Cruising over, and there to... No, he did not make the catch. Valera got under it, and it hit his glove and popped free. And into second base is Miles Straw on a ball that should have been caught by left fielder George Valera.
He just doesn't look real comfortable out there on every ball he goes after. He circled on that one, then charged in, and I mean, that's pretty routine play.
Well, in a game like this, too, a 1-1 ball game, that type of miscue could be a huge difference maker as it brings red-hot Ernie Clement to the plate with a runner in scoring position. Out to the mound is Bo Naylor to have a chat with Joey Cantillo. He got the pop-up, but not the out. We've talked about it a lot the last couple of years.
Oh,
boy, they're going to give him a double.
Well, today's official score is a National Hockey League referee.
Oh, oh wow.
I mean, that is a ludicrous call.
I think Valera would tell you he has to catch that ball 100% of the time. Here's the pitch to Clement, down low for a ball.
I mean, that's just asinine. The inning should be over. You're punishing the pitcher on a routine fly ball just because George Valera made it look difficult.
Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Good off speed. And it's 1-1 on Clement. Clement with a double and a strikeout in 2 trips. Came in batting .317. Hotter than that in the last 2 weeks. The 1-1 swung on, cued foul. And now with some English on it, Clement takes off for first just in case. And Cantillo got there to touch it in foul ground to make sure it stayed foul. So 1-2 on Ernie Clement. Well, look, infield defense, outfield defense for the Guardians, it is huge because so much is tied into their strong pitching. And we'll see if Cantillo can pick up his teammate here.
Well, in the desire to get more offense, this club has weakened itself defensively in several spots.
(1-1) the score. Long set by Cantillo with Straw out at second. The 1-2 to Clement. Fouled off at home plate. Ernie Clement, one of the toughest to strike out in the game today. He will spoil the bunch. That pitch looked like it had no chance for Clement to make contact, and somehow he did. Great movement on it from Cantillo. Now the 1-2 delivery. Swung on, ground ball to short. Right there, Rocchio fires to first in time. Side retired. And a miscue in left does no damage. We head to the 6th. Tied at 1 in Toronto.
We have played 5 innings. It's a 1-1 game. Juan Brito doubled in the 3rd, scored on a couple of ground outs. Kazuma Okamoto solo homer to center for the Blue Jays in the 4th. Top of the order, top of the 6th, Daniel Martinez batting left-handed takes ball 1 from the veteran right-hander, 35-year-old Kevin Gausman. And the pitch pulled foul right side, 1-1 the count. Tom Hamilton back with you on a cold, rainy day in Toronto. 45 degrees and rainy outside, the roof closed. Packed house here at the Rogers Center. The pitch, and it's lifted in the air to left. Routine. Davis Schneider is there to make the catch. And Martinez 1 for 3 today. Cleveland and Toronto, each ball club 1 run, 4 hits. Gausman, 70 pitches through 5 innings. Chase DeLauder has lined out, grounded out. The pitch, and it's in there, a strike. Stephen Kwan out with a stiff neck. Now the 0-1. A little low and outside. 1-1. Cleveland got a couple of right-handed bats in the lineup today to give Schneemann and Manzardo a quasi day off, not because they needed it. The pitch drilled to center. That's a base hit. Moving toward left center to cut it off is Varsho. And Chase DeLauder with Cleveland's 5th hit. But with that devastating split of Kevin Gausman, manager Stephen Vogt wanted to get a few right-handed bats in the lineup like Hoskins and Fry. Here's Jose Ramirez. So far it hasn't really mattered. Ramirez 1 for 2 with a double. The pitch, and he takes the strike. Ramirez led off the 4th with the double, got to 3rd with 1 out, but George Valera popped up. David Fry struck out, and the key opportunity wasted. The pitch fouled back. Ramirez on a 95-mile-an-hour heater. Now down in the count, 0-2. Pick up the Guardians Dollar Bank debit card. Exclusive perks like savings at the team shop and MLB.com. That pitch in the dirt, 1-2. Visit dollar.bank in more details. Kevin Gausman, 2-time All-Star. He's ready. Here it comes. And it's swung on line to left, but right there is Schneider to make the shoulder high catch. 2 down. Hey, you look at Gausman, and he was the 4th pick in the draft in 2012, and yet he was not having much success until 2021. Early in his career, he just was not winning, not pitching well. 1-1 game, 2 down. Rhys Hoskins, the batter, swings through it. Prior to 2021, Kevin Gausman was 16 games under 500, 50-66 with a 4.26 ERA. Been a different guy since 2021. Pitch inside. He's basically become a 2-pitch guy, fastball split. And since 2021, his average season is 12-10. Now the 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Still throwing 95 miles an hour here in the 6th. Hard to believe this guy was waived, just cut free by the Atlanta Braves in 2019. Kevin Gausman, the 1-2 pitch. Got him swinging. He just went after him with fastballs, and Hoskins strikes out. Gausman's third victim. Game tied at 1 in the middle of the 6th.
Dollar Bank is a proud partner of the Cleveland Guardians. Only with Dollar Bank can you...
Loosey-goosey. Wood hits one high and deep to left field. This ball's carrying out of here. James Wood, another opposite field shot. His 6th home run of the season, and the Nats are back within 4.
I think he's handled the spin well of late. That's 3 straight knocks for him on either sweepers or sliders. He just lets it travel a little bit, goes 110.5 off the bat. Good, 441 feet to the opposite field side.
Do you see yourself maybe one day after baseball, like maybe food critic, food writer?
I would love to do that. That's the plan. I've been doing it ever since I was in the big leagues. It's just fun. It's fun to interact with people, like the fans, because a lot of my followers are baseball fans. So it's nice to interact with them on a topic that's not baseball. A lot of people seem to rally around that. I mean, who doesn't love good food?
Wow. It's like an Academy Award came to life. How long do you think that took to get ready?
You know, it's really not fun facing a guy with that kind of stuff, I'll just tell you that.
Presented without comment.
It's a raft, it's got an outboard motor, it's got a little barbecue, and it's got a hot tub. Look at that. I mean, come on. American ingenuity. That is living. What else can go wrong here?
Where are the Angels in the outfield? They're everywhere.
And upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/groundadvantage to learn more.
We greet you today from the largest city in Canada, Toronto metro area, 6.5 million people. Montreal, the second largest. 1-1 game as Vlad Guerrero takes high and wide ball 1. Montreal, 2 million fewer people than Toronto. About 4.5 million live in Montreal. Now the 1-0 to Guerrero. Swings and lines it to right. Base hit the other way for Vlad Guerrero Jr. Joey Cantillo has struck out 4, walked 1. And the guy that hammered 1 to dead center steps to the plate. Kazuma Okamoto. He has blasted 2 home runs in this series, both to dead center. Last night, Okamoto, his home run went 430 feet to center. Today, 425. He takes curveball up for ball 1. The next pitch just missed outside by a little. 2-0 to a dangerous hitter. Right-hander Matt Festa up in the Cleveland bullpen. The pitch, that one missed in. 3-0. Well, you got to believe Okamoto is going to swing here. 3-0. 5 home runs to lead Toronto. Now the set and delivery. Runner goes. Pitch is taking a strike. Throw bounces in there. And Guerrero has his second steal. 2 steals today for the Blue Jays, who have the fewest stolen bases in the American League. They now have 10 as a team. The other thing that's really stunning, Toronto has hit the second fewest home runs in the league. 1-1 game, go ahead run at second, nobody out. Now the 3-1 pitch. Fouled it back, threw him a changeup, full count. And the other thing that's hurting Toronto, they never walk. They're dead last in the American League in walks, so that's why they have scored the 3rd fewest runs. Payoff pitch. Curveball line to left. That's a base hit. He hung it. And Okamoto with a single to left. Guerrero to third. Nobody out. Eloy Jimenez the batter, and decision time for Stephen Vogt, and he's made it. He is going to go get Matt Festa, and we've got a pitching change. It is presented by Spartan Storm Shield, the roof system to last your lifetime. Visit SpartanStormShield.com. Game tied right now. The Blue Jays at first and third, nobody out in the sixth. We'll be back.
Is your roof protecting your home or putting it at risk? Roof damage often starts small and stays unnoticed until it leads to costly repairs. Spartan Storm Shield.
Oh my! Murakami! He knew he got it too. He sat there at home plate.
3 straight games with a home run now for Murakami.
She is out of here! Jose's second home run of the afternoon. They haven't even hardly pitched to him at all. And when they finally do, he makes them pay. Racing it out. Hell! Oh, yes, he did! He did it again! Holy mackerel! Made the catch! Troy Johnston with a diving catch ends the ball game. And the Rockies beat the Dodgers.
That one is driven deep to right field. See ya! Another home run for Ben Rice.
4 consecutive games with a home run.
He's got a win. He has a save. He has a 5.84 ERA. Eloy Jimenez was 0 for 2 and now being pulled for a pinch hitter. Jesus Sanchez started last night, left-handed batter, steps to the plate. Infield partway in, and the pitch in there called strike, and he challenges the call on the first pitch he has seen today. And he was dead wrong. It stays a strike. Nothing in 1 to count on Jesus Sanchez. Again, the infield partway in. Runners at the corners. Nobody out. Game tied in the 6th. And strike 2 call. It'd be great if he challenged that one too. Sanchez this year is batting .270, 3 homers, 12 RBIs. Now the pitch. Got him swinging. Wow. 3-pitch strikeout for Matt Festa. Threw the fastball by him. So now runners at the corners, 1 down. Here's Dalton Varsho. This guy runs well, so he's not an easy guy to double up. Varsho 0 for 2 today. Out of Marshfield, Wisconsin, and the University of Wisconsin at Milwaukee. Infield, halfway, and he swings and foul tips at strike 1. Varsho's dad, Gary, played 8 years in the major leagues. Now the 0-1. Swing and a foul tip, 0-2. In fact, Dalton Varsho was named after one of his dad's good friends and teammates, the late Phillies catcher Darren Dalton, thus Dalton for a first name. Now the 0-2. Down and in, 1 ball, 2 strikes. He leads the major leagues in most defensive runs saved since 2022. The pitch, and he chops one to second. Off the glove of Brito into right field. In to score Guerrero. On his way to third, Okamoto. Oh, my goodness. It doesn't get any more routine than that weak bouncer to second. Brito charged it like he was going to maybe come home with it. And it just skimmed his glove and into right. And they're calling that a base hit. Well, this is absolutely absurd. Another error that should have been charged. Well, all of these calls are going to get challenged and overturned by Major League Baseball. Blue Jays at the corners, 2-1 Toronto. The pitch inside a ball, and Juan Brito's just proving in his short time here in Cleveland he is not ready to play second base on the big league level. 2-1 Blue Jays. Runners at the corners, one down. Throw to first, back with a dive is Varsho. So that gives Varsho an RBI on a single. That was a routine weak bouncer. It's yep. The pitch, runner goes, pitch is high, throw to second, tag not in time. See what Cleveland does. Blue Jays just running wild. That'll be their third stolen base in this game. Varsho has his second all year. Toronto, worst in the American League in stolen bases, and they have been going nonstop today once they get on base. No challenge. Now the infield end, runners second and third. One down, 2-1 Toronto. They can blow it open. The pitch fouled back by Schneider. He's walked and grounded out. Right-hander against right-hander. Davis Schneider 0 for his last 15. Festa firing. Check swing. Did he go? Yep. On the appeal at first. Schneider went around, and that's a strikeout and a big one for Festa. Well, the inning should be over. At worst, it should be 2-1 Blue Jays, inning over. It is 2-1 Blue Jays, but they still have runners at second and third with two down, and Andres Jimenez has grounded out, struck out, coming to the plate. He checks on a pitch high, ball one. Andres Jimenez, boy, you talk about clutch. He is hitting .421 this year in this situation, middle scoring position. And he sends one to deep left. Down the line toward the corner. Valera slides into the corner. Fair ball. He didn't catch it. Ball is in the corner somewhere. Okamoto scores. Varsho scores. And Jimenez with a double. Now, Jimenez hit that high and down the left field line. We lose sight of the left fielder when they go into that corner. We did see Valera leave his feet, going feet first with a slide. And he didn't come anywhere close to catching that ball. That ball was well beyond Valera. So, boy, the lack of defense here is showing up with Valera and Brito. That wasn't an easy play as the batter Tyler Heineman takes outside. But again, the misplay by Brito is why this inning is still going. Boy, when Valera left his feet like that, he was probably, when that ball landed, still 5 feet from it. The pitch in there, strike 1-1. So, even though errors haven't been called on some of these plays, that was not an error on Valera. The pitch waved at 1-2, but he had a better chance to catch that ball, if he had any chance, if he keeps running after it, not sliding. But he might have gotten a little concerned how quickly that sidewall comes upon you. But the play of the inning is the ground ball to Brito. That pitch swung on and missed. Heineman is screaming it was a foul ball. He is called out, striking out on a swing and a miss. But the Blue Jays score 3. and they now lead Cleveland 4-1 on the Cleveland Clinic Radio Network.
Very shallow right field. Can anybody get there? Guerrero does! What a great over-the-shoulder catch by Guerrero down the line.
Drives the ball the other way towards the corner. In his first big league at bat, he's hit it out. Felix Reyes, welcome to your dream.
Line drive to left. In comes Soderstrom. Headlong dive, and he makes the catch.
Just a great read off the bat from Tyler Soderstrom.
To the edge of the track, at the wall, he wraps it. First pitch, what a start. Brandon Marsh takes a homer from Acuna.
At the wall, here comes Merrill leaping. Jackson Merrill did it again. Merrill madness in Anaheim.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play, only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Well, now you've given Kevin Gausman a 4-1 lead, and he's pitched a beauty. Seventh inning, Gausman at 84 pitches. George Valero 0 for 2 takes a strike. Get you updated on the out-of-town scoreboard. Most games are later today. Gausman the set and the pitch. And it's swung on a chopper to first. Fair ball over the bag. Going into foul ground to field at Guerrero. Spun and through to the pitcher. Gausman covering. Nicely done by Vlad Guerrero Jr. Here's David Fry 0 for 2. The scoreboard brought to you by your Northeast Ohio Ford dealers. And right now, a wild one in Missouri. Seattle and St. Louis in a 9-9 game. Washington and the White Sox scoreless in the third. Same with Miami and San Francisco. Same with Tampa Bay and Minnesota. All scoreless in the third. Fry with a high drive deep left field. Back toward the wall is Schneider looking up. It is gone into the Blue Jays bullpen. David Fry with a towering drive to left. And he has his first home run and RBI of the season. And manager Stephen Vogt wanted to play a couple of right-handed hitters against this tough righty, Kevin Gausman, hoping he'd make a mistake on a split down and into a right-handed hitter. And instead, David Fry got a slider and hit a home run. So now it's a 4-2 ball game. Toronto up. Here's Juan Brito batting left-handed, taking low and away, ball one. Brito 1 for 2 with a double. Now the set. Now the 1-0 pitch. He waves at it. 1-1 the count. Now, the thing about Juan Brito, Cleveland was teaching him how to play first base and take some turns in the outfield in spring training. The 1-1, fouled it back 1-2 to give him more flexibility, more versatility, because they're not convinced he's a middle infielder. And, of course, Travis Bazzana is going to make second base a moot point at some point. Here's the 1-2. And he sends a drive toward the gap in deep right center. On the run, Varsho made the running catch as he got to the track. That's why he's a Gold Glove center fielder. That's why he leads baseball in defensive runs saved since 2022. Oh my, did Varsho cover some ground to the gap in right center? And manager John Schneider has seen enough. He feels that Gausman may be out of gas, and Varsho made a great play right there to keep this what it is. Toronto 4, Cleveland 2. A standing ovation for Kevin Gausman as he heads to the third base dugout, and we head to a commercial timeout.
Where are you from?
Chicago. 1 ball, 1 strike to Listad. And he lines one into left field. That's going to drop in front of Bo Jackson. Nielsen around third, coming to the plate. Good! Oh, and Bo throws him out.
What a what a wow, that Bo Jackson the bound and hit with the arm. Man, I'm impressed, and I'm not usually impressed that much.
He swings away, belts the ball to center. Isbell back. Isbell wants it. It's gone! A grand slam!
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. gets it in the air, and it is gone. He's always got a little extra hop in his step when he comes to Anaheim. After all the seasons his dad played here.
3-2. Here it is. And he got him looking. 99 at the knees. A dozen Ks for Dylan Cease in 5 innings.
Nico on the dive, gets him, and throws him out. Line drive. Oh, Nico! He stole a hit.
Made another unbelievable Gold Glove, Platinum Glove play.
It's another home run for Dalton Rushing. His 2nd of the game, his 7th of the year. Dalton is crushing the baseball.
Terms and conditions apply. See marathonrewards.com for details.
Kevin Gausman made 91 pitches here today. He leaves with a 4-2 lead, and lefty Mason Fluharty worked last night facing the left-handed hitting Bo Naylor, who fouls it back, strike 1. Fluharty, his 14th appearance, 1 win, ERA 5.59, throws in the upper 80s, cut fastball and that slurve. Now the pitch to Naylor. Breaking ball dips low, 1-1 the count. Joey Cantillo today made 89 pitches. He deserved better numbers than what he is right now. As the pitch swung on line to right, down the line, foul. I mean, there's a pretty good chance that Joey Cantillo's numbers will change once Cleveland challenges some of the goofy calls that have been made here today by the Toronto official score. Cantillo goes 5 innings, gives up 3 runs on 6 hits, struck out 4, walked 1. But Gift runs last inning, and this should be a 2-2 ball game. Fluharty to Bo Naylor, the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a foul back. And when you play a team as good as Toronto, even though they're off to a slow start, boy, your mistakes are magnified.
They sure are. And this will be interesting now, Tana. Bullpen in transition, to say the least, for the Blue Jays. How do they handle it late?
Louis Varland, the pitch. Swing and a pop foul back and out of play. Jeff Hoffman no longer the closer. Pretty good chance that if there is a save in the 9th, it'll be the kid from Minnesota, Louis Varland, that'll get the opportunity. 4-2 Blue Jays, 7th inning. Now the 1-2. Swung on, fouled off to the left. Good at bat here for Bo Naylor. David Fry, a solo homer to left this inning, then a tremendous running catch by Dalton Varsho, the center fielder, going to the gap in right center. And Bo Naylor, who's grounded out, flied out. Boy, his average has now sunk even further. The pitch to him, and he pops it foul and out of play. This is one of his best at bats. It'll be at least an 8-pitch at bat for Bo Naylor. The set and delivery got him swinging at the breaking ball. It's stretch time north of the border. It's Toronto 4. It's Cleveland 2 on the Cleveland Clinic Radio Network.
Our yoga instructor challenged us to find inner peace. I found it faster than anyone. After 4 seconds, I stood up and screamed, "I found Nirvana! I win!"
I can't imagine transitioning from loving baseball cards to then knowing it's inevitably coming that you're going to be on baseball cards. What was that moment like for you?
Yeah, I think the first card I saw was when they did something for USA Baseball, and then now seeing my face, seeing me playing baseball on a card, it was surreal. It wasn't that it was that moment where like, wow, this is really something.
It's the great mascot race. Here's the pitch. And they're off. Look at them go. It's a close race. Listen to that crowd. They're heading for home. Here they come. It's the play at the plate. It's the Philly Fanatic. Congratulations on winning the great mascot race.
Day Series, April 27th through the 29th. Get your tickets today at CLEGuardians.com.
Time for a station ID on the Cleveland Clinic Radio Network. Tom Hamilton, Jim Rosenhaus with you north of the border, along with Paul Gapp and Brian Motze, 4-2 Jays. The rookie right-hander, Peyton Paulette, misses down and away ball one. Top of the order, Miles Straw, 1 for 3 with a double. He'll get more playing time with the injury to Nathan Lucas. The 1-0 in there. Matt Festa worked an inning, gave up a run on 2 hits, struck out 3. Now the windup, now the pitch. Strike 2. 1-2 the count. Peyton Paulette in his maiden voyage here in the big leagues. 7 appearances, a win, a loss, a 3.38 ERA. Fastball, curve, slider, change. Misses up with a slider. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kazuma Okamoto had a solo homer to center in the 4th. The pitch swung on, whacked into left, base hit Miles Straw. He is 2 for 4. Then the Blue Jays, with a lot of help from the Cleveland defense, scored 3 in the 6th. Andres Jimenez, 2-run double. Dalton Varsho credited with an RBI single. Cleveland's runs today, Juan Brito doubled, scored on a couple of groundouts. David Fry, solo homer to left. Here's Ernie Clement. Takes a call. Nope, beg your pardon. It's a ball outside. Ernie 1 for 3. Now 12 doubles as he got another one today. Righty-righty matchup. The pitch is in there to even the count. Sellout crowd, back-to-back games. Today 41,543. With the roof closed on a cold, rainy day north of the border on the shores of Lake Ontario. Paulette's ready. Now the 1-1. That's a called strike. 1-2 the count. 95 miles per hour. Paulette out of the University of Arkansas. A look over the shoulder to first. He sets, hands belt high, and he lets it fly. The pitch whacked foul upstairs, first base side. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Clement. Now the 1-2. Swung on, double play ball up the middle, but it got by the diving Rocchio into center. Oh my, there's the speed that the ball will pick up when it hits this turf and then hits what is late in the game, a rock hard dirt infield. That looked pretty routine off the bat up the middle to turn 2. And then that ball just sped up. And Ernie Clement with a 2-hit game as Miles Straw stops at second. Well, you can get rewarded hitting ground balls here. Here's Vlad Guerrero Jr. Swings and fouls it back, strike 1. When you've got the roof closed like this, whether you're heating or air conditioning the building, moisture is sucked right out of that infield dirt, and it just gets harder and quicker as the game moves on. The 0-1, high, 1-1. Blue Jays trying to remove all doubt. 2 on, nobody out, 4-2 Toronto in the 7th. The 1-1. Wide, ball 2, 2-1. Vlad Guerrero Jr., he's prepared for next year. There's some kind of work stoppage. When he signed his $500 million deal last April, the pitch to him, and he checks down and away, 3-1. He got $325 million in bonus money. So every year, his salary, $12.5 million. Every year, his bonus, $23 million. Thus, he makes $35.5 million every year. The pitch, waved at it, good curveball, and the count full. So if there's no baseball next year, and hopefully that's not the case, but he'll get paid his bonus, $23 million. He wouldn't get paid his salary, $12.5 million. But he won't go hungry. The payoff, fouled it upstairs. That's a pretty smart agent. And Vlad Guerrero Jr. signed that 14-year contract a year ago, and he'll be a Blue Jay for life. 4-2 Blue Jays. 2 on, still nobody out in the 7th. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a foul upstairs will do it again. His dad, now in Cooperstown, Vlad Guerrero Sr., had a lifetime batting average of .318 and hit 449 homers. The 3-2. And a little low, bases loaded. Nobody out. Guerrero to first, Clement to second, Straw to third, and here comes trouble. Pitching coach Carl Willis heading out. The cleanup hitter, the Japanese import, Kazuma Okamoto. They thought they were going to sign Shohei Ohtani, but most people will tell you Ohtani simply used the Blue Jays to drive the cost up. He had no intention of ever coming here and wanted to and did sign with the Dodgers. So, Toronto went out this winter and signed Okamoto, coming to this major league for the first time after 11 years playing in Japan. Conference is over. Blue Jays everywhere. Bases loaded, nobody out in the 7th. 4-2 Toronto. Okamoto, solo homer and a single, 2 for 3. Infield part way in. The pitch is high. Kids working out of the windup with bases loaded, nobody out. Infield at a point here where they can try to turn 2, coming home with the first one. The 1-0. Way outside, 2-0. Peyton Paulette in a heap of trouble. The kick and the pitch. Way outside and low, 3-0. Well, let's see what Okamoto is doing here. All of a sudden, Paulette not even close to throwing strikes. Now the 3-0 pitch. Ball 4, not even close. High and inside, and it's 5-2 Toronto. Okamoto gets his 11th RBI on a 4-pitch bases loaded walk. Straw scores. Clement to third, Guerrero to second, Okamoto to first. And here's Jesus Sanchez. Pinched hit and stays in his DH. Left-handed batter takes ball 1. It's high. Now the kid might be rattled now. Paulette with nobody out, working out of a windup, and the pitch way outside, ball 2, 2-0. Connor Brogdon getting ready in a hurry in the right field bullpen, and Bo Naylor trying to stall for time slowly walks to the mound. And check out the Toyota Grand Highlander with a full-size third row, 3 different powertrains, and a hybrid max engine. Grand Highlander, it's at your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. 4-2 Toronto when the inning started. Now they've added a run, and there's still nobody out with bases loaded. 5-2 Blue Jays in the 7th. That infield again, halfway in. About even with the bags. The wind and pitch. Swing and a miss. Jesus tried to hit that one to Mississauga. 2 balls and a strike. Left-handed batter. The kick and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball in on the hands. 2-2 the count. Safe to say, Jesus Sanchez is not just trying to make contact. He's trying to knock the building down. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a foul back. Well, he's not cutting down any with 2 strikes either. Freddie Mercury cutting loose. Now the windup, now the 2-2. Fouled it back again. Woo! What a swing at that fastball. 2-2 the count. Nobody out, bases loaded, a run in. 5-2 Toronto. And Paulette has already made 28 pitches in relief this inning. The next one swung on, fouled upstairs. He's made 29 pitches and there's still nobody out. Tomorrow it's Slade Ciccone, and the Blue Jays made a change. They'll go with the veteran left-hander Patrick Corbin. First pitch, 137. Now the 2-2. Swing and a high fly ball toward the line and left, not real deep. Valera with a catch. Nobody moves up. Throw came all the way through as Valera missed the cutoff man. That's a big out for the kid. Bases stay loaded. 1 down. Here's Dalton Varsho. 1 for 3 with that gift RBI single last inning. Clement at third, Guerrero at second, Okamoto at first. Dalton Varsho, second-round pick by Arizona. He hits a chopper to first. Coming home with it is Hoskins. They'll get the lead runner on the force. Clement out at the plate, 2 down. Guerrero to third, Okamoto to second. Varsho to first on the fielder's choice. Cleveland still within striking distance if Paulette can minimize the damage here and get the last out. Here's Davis Schneider, the right-hander. Bases loaded, 2 down, 5-2 Jays. And he leans back from a ball inside, ball 1. Schneider has walked, grounded out, struck out. Peyton Paulette, the windup, and his 33rd pitch of the inning. And a strike at the top of the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. Boy, give the kid some credit. Looks like he's kept his composure and found his command. Now the next delivery, and Schneider swings right through the heater. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now this is a heck of a test for the kid. He put himself in this jam, but you get out of it, that's a shot in the arm for the kid too when you think of what lies ahead. Now the windup and the 1-2. Swing and a foul tip the Naylor hung on to for a strikeout. What a job by Paulette. Blue Jays don't blow it open. They scored a run. They had bases loaded, nobody out, and Paulette ended it right there.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
You know, in Boston, every now and then, you'll do those throwback days where you bring out the big baggy jerseys, and the baggier, the better. When I broke into the league, everybody was wearing really baggy pants, and then as the years go along, I started wearing these skinny, mini, tight pants that looked like they were painted on. So by the time I was with Boston, I really wanted to wear the baggier, the better. We just wanted to be flying around in the outfield there, having a good time.
There's another ball. It scoots over near the Phillies dugout, and this ball is going to try to, it stays on the lip, and Schmidt's going to try to come home. Nobody's covering. Oh my goodness. The New York Mets flat fell asleep. No one covered home. I have never in my life seen that.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Well, the submarine-style right-hander, Tyler Rogers, on to work. It's the 8th. It's 5-2 Toronto. Ryan Rocchio, the number 9 hitter, 1 for 2, a single, an RBI. He looks at it, called strike. Rogers sinker slider, and he throws in the low 80s. But he comes literally from down under. The 0-1 pitch. Outside a ball. He nearly scrapes the knuckles of his pitching hand on the ground. That's how low he is. 6'3", 180. Now 35 years of age. The pitch. Backdoored him, missed. 2-1. His twin brothers, Taylor Rogers, who we saw for so many years with the Twins. He's conventional. He's left-handed. This kid right-handed, submarine style. The pitch, a strike, painted. The outer edge, 2-2. Rogers, in 12 outings, has a win and has given up 1 run in 12 innings. Now the 2-2. swing and a foul at the plate. He really gives you a different look. And this is a guy in his 8th major league season with a career earned run average of 275. And he's a workhorse. The 2-2. Outside full count. The last 5 years, Tyler Rogers has averaged 75 appearances a year. Now the pitch. Swung on a weak chopper to third. Okamoto charges gloves, throws high. Bang, bang at first. Rocchio called out. We'll see if Cleveland challenges. Okamoto almost stayed back on that ball too long. Rocchio made it close. No challenge. Top of the order, 1 down. And the batter will be Angel Martinez, 1 for 3 with a single. Switch hitter batting left-handed, leading off. Stephen Kwan, a late scratch with a stiff neck. Now the pitch. And it's high as he went to the front of the box like he would bunt. Ball 1. David Fry, a solo homer to left. The other run scored on a double and 2 groundouts. Not much offense today for Cleveland against Kevin Gausman in the bullpen. The 1-0. In there, a called strike on the 82-mile-an-hour sinker. This guy throws below hitter's speed. They're not used to seeing anything this slow. The 1-1. And it's strike 2 called. Again, 82-mile-an-hour sinker. Outfield shaded the other way toward left, not very deep. Rogers with a 1-2 delivery. Swing and a broken batter roller to third. Okamoto charges, gloves, throws in the dirt. Great backhanded pick at first by Guerrero. Guerrero really has good, soft hands. He was a third baseman. And those hands really come into play on throws in the dirt like that last one. 2 down for Chase DeLauder, 1 for 3 with a single. Bases empty, 5-2 Toronto. We're in the top of the 8th. The pitch in there. Tyler Rogers played collegiately at Austin Peay University. He delivers. Backdoored him. Called strike on the slider at 72 miles per hour. Between the 2 Rogers twins, they've pitched in 1,000 games in the big leagues. Now the 0-2. Strike 3 called. DeLauder out looking on 3 pitches. Bottom of the 8th coming up. Blue Jays 5, Cleveland 2 in the Cleveland Clinic Radio Network.
At Cleveland Clinic, care is everything. So when your primary purpose is to care for the world, you'd start with your community until you're accessible.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
23-year-old flamethrower Chase Burns, the 2nd overall pick in 2024.
The pitch blew by you. Strike 3 right over the outside corner, 2 down.
That might be the first time we've seen triple digits from Chase Burns today. Ran that one up there at 100. That's a good time to reach back for a little extra right there to put a guy away. Burns brings it. Swing and a miss. There it was. 99. Right on by him. Triolo down on strikes. And the inning comes to a close on Burns' 5th strikeout of the game.
Make it 2. It's a half dozen Ks for Chase Burns.
Breaking ball in the dirt. Davis looked like he had no chance.
That one had a bit of bite to it. He kind of spun that one in the zone to Horowitz for the first batter of this inning hit.
2nd, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him with the slider. 7 strikeouts for Chase Burns through 5 innings of shutout baseball against the Pirates. It's the Reds 2, Pirates nothing.
Plagiarism, it's alive and well in Canada. The Toronto Blue Jays have stolen a song and a routine between innings that the Colorado Rockies have been doing for about 15 years. Here's Andres Jimenez leading off the bottom of the 8th. Reliever Connor Brogdon delivers low, ball 1. 5-2 Toronto. Brogdon with his 11th appearance. 2 wins, a save, an ERA of 6.52. His pitch outside, a touch high. 2-0 on Andres Jimenez. 1 for 3 with a 2-run double. The pitch, strike called. Louis Varland mentioned that he would be the closer if it was that scenario today. Well, he's warming up in the Blue Jays bullpen beyond the wall and left. Now the pitch, it's a little in. Ball 3, 3-1. Guardians and PNC Bank going to bat for small business. PNC Bank honoring 6 local businesses for making a difference in our community. Brogdon's ready. Here it comes. A swing and a miss. Full count. Blue Jays, like a year ago when we came north of the border, slow start. The pitch got him swinging, fastball away. Jimenez checking home plate umpire Quinn Walcott. Did I swing at a strike? 1 down for Tyler Heineman. Last year we were here in May, and there was all kinds of talk about potential firings and what would happen if the season continued the way it was. Cleveland took 2 out of 3 here in Toronto last May. The pitch, swing and a miss. When we left here, the Blue Jays had a record of 16-18. It just didn't look like a very good ball club. Boy, that sure changed. Now the 0-1. Strike 2 call. They finished the year with 94 wins. They won the East, eliminated the Yankees and Seattle, and lost in 7 games to the Dodgers in the World Series. And everybody got extensions that seemingly were on the hot seat last May. Toronto right now 10-15, but no talk of panic. The 0-2, swing and a foul back. It's amazing what one summer of fun winning baseball and then truly an October to remember here in Canada has changed everybody's outlook on the ball club and everything else. The pitch up high, 1 ball, 2 strikes, and this is a very good Blue Jay club. They just have to get healthy. 5-2 Jays, 8th inning. Now the 1-2 delivery. Strike 3 called. He got called out on a fastball. Brogdon strikes out Jimenez and Heineman. 2 down, 8th inning. 5-2 Toronto. Top of the order, Miles Straw. 2 for 4 with a double and a single. Louis Varland will get a chance to get a save. The pitch swung on a chopper up the middle. To his left, Rocchio gloves, throws, got him by a half a step. 9th is next. Jays 5, Guardians 2 on the Cleveland Clinic Radio Network.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Austin Slater swings and misses at a slurve that hit him, and he is down on strikes. That's marginally embarrassing.
Pete's going to make sure the hair is in decent shape. That moved the rally cap to the other side of the head.
Oh, look out. Big fella lost his shillelagh on that pass.
We got a ferry boat upside down, the Collector Cup. Raising the bar for all of us.
Hot shot. The ball bounced off his glove and he starts. Oh my, wow.
Getting traded to Boston from Chicago. You see here the traditional jersey. I love a road jersey because it says where you're from, and this is simple, clean, and cool. And then you see this patch right here. This is from the 2013 postseason run, which was unlike anything I had ever been a part of, to punch through and hoist that trophy. Boston strong forever, baby.
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Esto es flow mayor.
Toronto with a 5-2 lead. And right now, Louis Varland replacing Jeff Hoffman as the closer. Hoffman had an ERA of 7.59 with 3 blown saves. So Louis Varland, who has yet to give up an earned run in 12 outings, delivers to Jose Ramirez, who fouls it out of play, strike 1. Tyler Rogers retired all 3 he faced. Louis Varland, fastball, knuckle curve, sinker, slider, change. Throws in the upper 90s. Former Minnesota Twin. The pitch down and in, check swing, he didn't go. 1-1. Varland never wanted to be traded by Minnesota, but remember last summer they gutted that bullpen? Varland came here. Now the kick in the 1-1. Ramirez sends one in the air to straightaway center. Routine for Varsho. 1 down. Ramirez finishes the day 1 for 4 with a double. Varland, what a absolute savior he was last October. Toronto played 18 games last October in the postseason. He pitched in 15 of the 18 games. It's a major league record in the postseason. Here's Rhys Hoskins 0 for 3. Taking down and away, ball 1. Varland kicks and fires. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Grew up in the Twin Cities, went to Concordia University in St. Paul. That's a D2 school. The kick and delivery, a little bit high, ball 2, 2-1. And Blue Jays challenged that call. Blue Jays were right. So that'll make it a 1-2 count instead. 1 out, 9th inning. Toronto up 5-2. Varland works out of a windup. Here it comes. Swing and a foul back and out of play. He just is like a guy that when he goes into the windup looks like he's just jumping at the hitter. He comes at them so aggressively. Not real big, 6'1", 205. The pitch, swung on, smashed up the middle, base hit. 99-mile-an-hour fastball, and Hoskins spanked one back up the middle for a 1-out single. That'll bring up George Valera, 0 for 3. 1 out, 1 on. Cleveland's been out hit 10-7. They trail 5-2 in the 9th. lot of Minnesota Twins players really upset when Varland was traded. Valera bangs one through the hole into right. That's another base hit. Stopping at second is Hoskins. Twins players were like, why are you trading Louis Varland, who's got years to go of control, could be a closer, is a Minnesota kid, but they pretty much tore up that bullpen as the pitching coach, Pete Walker, heads to the mound. And you remember Minnesota had one of the best bullpens before the deadline last summer and one of the game's worst once the trading deadline was in the rearview mirror. And Varland was very heartbroken because he's a Minneapolis St. Paul kid who never wanted to leave. Anyhow, the conference is over. He's found a home north of the border, and now Toronto turning to him as their closer. David Fry's day is done. He went 1 for 3 with a solo homer, his first, and he's lifted for a pinch hitter, Kyle Manzardo. 2 on, 1 out, 5-2 Blue Jays. Fastball up and in, ball 1. Manzardo hasn't found that power stroke. The pitch to him. He waves at it. Manager Stephen Vogt talked about Manzardo on the pregame show. Just needs to keep the bat level through the zone. He only has 1 homer this year, 27 a year ago. The pitch. Swings and sends one in the air to deep left center field. Long run for Varsho. Dives. It's off his glove. It'll roll all the way to the wall. In to score is Hoskins. Valera into third, and a pinch hit RBI double for Kyle Manzardo. And now it's 5-3 Toronto, and the tying run's in scoring position, and a pinch runner in Daniel Schneemann for Kyle Manzardo. So Manzardo off the bench with that pinch hit RBI double. Varsho dove for it near the track in left center, and it just glanced off the end of his bat. You expect that guy to make every play. Now the batter, Juan Brito, batting left-handed, sends one upstairs, foul, strike 1. So Cleveland has a chance, down 5-3 with runners at second and third and 1 out. 3 straight hits off Louis Varland. The next pitch is down and away. 1 ball, 1 strike on Brito. Boy, can he make amends here. Brito 1 for 3 with a double. The set by Varland. Checks the runners, comes to the plate. Outside and low, 2-1. Infield playing back. Nobody throwing in the Toronto bullpen. They're giving Varland a chance to close it. The 2-1 pitch. Down and in, 3-1. He's given up his first earned run of the year. And the old adage, outs 25, 26, 27. Awfully hard to get. The pitch inside, it almost hit him. It's ball 4, and Brito walks to load them up for Bo Naylor. Well, you've lost Schneemann as a pinch hitter because he's pinch running now. And bases are loaded. The catcher Heineman out to the mound, and Varland looks shaken after the RBI double. And the Guardians, with bases loaded, trailing 5-3 with the 1 out in the 9th. And don't forget what Peyton Paulette did back in the 7th. Toronto had scored, had bases loaded, nobody out, and Paulette didn't cave. Got out of the inning with no further damage. and kept Cleveland within striking distance. And now, Bo Naylor in front of mom and dad and all kinds of other family and friends trying to be a hero from nearby Mississauga. 0 for 3 today. Infield back to pitch. Down and in, ball 1. And all of a sudden, Varland can't find it. He's missed on 5 out of the last 6 pitches. The set and pitch. Swing and a foul upstairs. 1-1 the count. Bo Naylor trying to get his biggest hit of the campaign. Bases loaded, 1 down in the 9th. 5-3 Blue Jays. The 1-1 from Varland. Swing and a foul right side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bo Naylor against right-handed pitching this year is now hitting under 100. He's facing a righty right now, trying to flip that script. The 1-2 pitch. Down and in. He missed with a curveball, and the count 2-2. On deck, Brian Rocchio, who's been as clutch as anybody on this Cleveland club in this still very young 2026 campaign. Now the 2-2. Swing and a foul back will do it again. And all of a sudden, you're looking at Louis Varland, and he is at 22 pitches and still only 1 out. With Valera at third, Schneemann at second, Brito at first. A run in, 5-3 Toronto. The pitch. Swing and a foul back. We'll have at least a 7-pitch at bat here for Bo Naylor. Outfield spread out, medium deep. Infield back, a touch to the right. Now the 2-2. Swing and a chopper to first, foul. And the count stays 2-2. And the Blue Jays get activity in their bullpen. They've got the right-hander Fisher up. He worked last night. No Jeff Hoffman. They're staying away from their one-time closer. 2-2 the count. Pitch number 8 to Bo Naylor. He swings and misses. Got him with a changeup. So Varland gets the critical second out. Bases are still loaded. 2 down for Brian Rocchio. He'll bat left-handed. Rocchio 1 for 3, a single and an RBI. So far in this game, Cleveland 1 hit in 8 at-bats with men in scoring position. Rocchio the last hope. The pitch. And it's high, ball 1. On the year, Brian Rocchio batting .474 with men in scoring position. Blue Jays challenge the call. Blue Jays lose. They're out of challenges. It was ball 1 to Brian Rocchio. Valera, Schneemann, Brito. They're the runners. Cleveland down 2 in the 9th, 2 out. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Tried to hit a changeup back to the States. 1 ball, 1 strike. Boy, his changeup is in the low 90s. The right-hander's ready. Here it comes. Outside, ball 2. If Rocchio gets aboard, Angel Martinez waits on deck. This will be pitch number 29 of the inning for Louis Varland. Here it comes. Strike 2 called on the inside corner, a changeup. Well, all of a sudden he's gone away from the fastball and curve and throwing more changeups. And Cleveland's down to its last strike and a sellout crowd on their feet. The 2-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. Struck it out with a high heat. Blue Jays win it 5-3.
What makes Ford F-150 the official truck of the Cleveland Guardians? Capability is the name of the game. With the power of a cleanup hitter, the off-road ability of a Gold Glover, and the versatility of a utility player, F-150 is built Ford tough and made for Guardians fans. See your Northeast Ohio Ford dealer today.
With Progressive Customer Service, there are lots of ways to connect with us, so you never have to miss a second of your favorite sport. Because you'd much rather watch a ball go through a net 124 times in 48 minutes when you don't really have to pay attention until the last two, and then somehow those 2 minutes will take an hour. You don't want to miss all.
What a play, Nico. Last year's Gold Glover in the National League, and he's having a day.
Flying to right. Frelick lays out and makes the play.
Williamson, a diving stop, and he goes the short way to end the